The stars are
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's a brand new Thursday. I'm gonna start singing for you guys. I lied. I have a cold. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good. You already know once I sit down, it's all that matters. Okay, if it don't matter, don't talk to me about it. It's Thursday. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. It's Revolt Media. And head over to Facebook, like, follow, and it's also Revolt Media on there. Don't forget to share the page. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to send us a comment. Or if you have any suggestions, don't forget to just DM us. We are always open to it. I want to say a huge shout out to Kumase for always holding it down when I'm out here hustling. We're hustling in these streets. But thank you to Kumase for always holding it down for us. As always, today's show is produced by the one, the only Chevy with the next. Ooh, that was cute. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we're going to give you a great show. This show is sponsored by RG Kids. For all our mothers to be, our mothers who already have young children, our mothers with babies, or, even if you need inspiration just to have these little babies, RG Kids got you. Listen, they will capture the beautiful moments for you. You will even be surprised as you. Don't worry about the nose. Don't worry about how you look. They will take care of it for you. They come with attire and decor. Listen, they'll create a theme for you, for your baby, the whole nine jazz. They will take care of it. It's stress free, okay? All you have to do is just give them a call or head over to their Instagram. If you want to just see their work, if you want to see all the amazing things they're doing, head over to their Instagram page. It's RG_kids_portrait and just check out their work. Or you can give them a call on 614-254-2151 and they will take care of things for you. RG Kids is your one stop for your kids, maternity, and baby shoot. Lona Soul Clothing. Lona Soul Clothing, that's always standing on the summer, okay? This summer, we out here in these streets, okay? I was telling my boss this morning, I'm working so hard because this summer I have to be outside. And if I'm outside this summer, guess what I'm outside with? I'm outside with Lona Soul, okay? Get your shorts. Look, ladies, just trust me on this. Size down, okay? I'm speaking as the ambassador. Just size down on the shorts, okay? And just get yours. Get your shirts. They have beanies as well, and for the men they have shirts and shorts. It's unisex, okay? It's unisex, so get yours now. The shirt is in black and white. The short is in tan and gray. I know they are working on bringing more different stuff for the summer, so make sure you are ready because we outside, okay? We outside this summer. Head over to Lona Soul Clothing. LonaSoulStreetwear, and get yours now. LonaSoulStreetwear.com and get yours now. You don't want to miss out. Akuba. If the skin ain't glowing, the hair ain't growing, and the beard ain't connecting, I don't know what you're doing with your life. GGC, this summer, as you are wearing your Lona Souls, the skin gotta glow with it, okay? The hair is also gotta flourish, and men, the beard gotta connect. We don't want patches this year. Ladies are no longer interested in patches. I don't want to hold your beard and I'm touching holes. Like, let's not do that. I want to touch the beard and the whole thing is beard, okay? The beard got to be. Ladies, the edges got to grow. These men don't want your hairline starting from the middle of your hair. They want to make sure your edges are growing. And the skin is glowing so they can see you from afar, okay? Once they see you from afar, you are shining brighter than a diamond. And that's on period. So head over to www.akuba.com and get yours, okay? www.akuba.com. Or you can give them a call on 614-584-1845 and use the code REVOLT for 20% off. And that's that. Whew. Now let's get the party started. Today I feel like I am about to be defeated because as the former president of the Cobra Gang, I'm the only one here. I'm here with the two. Right now, I don't even know who's the president and who's the vice president because both of them. But my two favorite part-time bald-headed men are here because one of them's hair is growing. So part-time bald-headed men are here. I'm here with the man, the God, the city, my brother, the melanin-driven man whose beard connects. His beard connects, ladies and gentlemen. Kumasi, how are you?
I'm all right, Jasmine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks. You miss me?
I did.
You know that was the first question I was going to ask.
I did. I really did.
You should. You ain't got a choice. But yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm glad you turned All That Matters to a true show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what happened to my show?
If you had watched from the beginning, you would have seen there was a disclaimer.
I heard what you said. Yeah, I heard it. I was proud. It was a really great show, actually. Tuesday, you always hold it down. I'm so proud of you. Don't worry. Like you said, I don't share my paycheck with you. Don't worry. I'll buy you McDonald's, okay? That's my way of sharing.
I don't eat McDonald's.
No, I'll buy you gift card. That's the way of sharing my paycheck with you.
To our store.
Don't worry. You know very soon. Saks Fifth and Neiman Marcus. We don't go cheap.
Now you speak.
We're on high levels, baby. I'm here with the eye hater, okay? My second favorite part-time bald-headed man. How are you, Big Mikey?
My edges are growing.
I can tell. The edges got to grow, though. We got to work on the edges part.
Yeah, we're going to go to...
We're going to Turkey.
We're going to Turkey?
This summer, yeah.
They say if you got $2,000, you're good.
You're good, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll probably get, my edges back and, get my teeth whitened and...
I can picture both of you with hair, though.
Oh, watch out.
Like, once with hair, I'll be worried. 20 days.
Summer 2024.
You can't get a day off. I'm officially signing the paper. You guys can't take time off because I don't trust both of you being Turkey.
We've been gone for how many weeks?
I'm thinking about maybe like 2 weeks.
Who's supposed to hold down the show?
You got it.
You going to be all right.
You got it, man.
That's the moment me and Lona Soul will be outside. Okay? We'll be outside.
Chevy's going to hold it down and,
We'll be outside. Chevy will be, he's a man of a few words. He'll just be like, okay.
Bongo Ideas is coming on board.
Oh, okay, I'll be here.
We got this.
Wait, Bongo Ideas is coming. Don't make me happy and hurt my feelings. But how is your day, Big Mike?
Oh, so far, so good.
That's good. Are you happy? I won't even ask you if you miss me because you.
Oh no, you know I don't.
Guys, he's lying, right? When I'm not here, he's so sad. He will text you like, "Where is Jasmine?" Don't let him fool you when he's on here. He just be pretending that he doesn't care. When I'm not here, he's like, "Oh, the Queen of Revolt is not here."
Never said that.
He lying. Come on, you believe me, right?
I don't have trust.
So today's show, let me head over to my show.
Trust issues.
Since they hurt my feelings,
Trust issues.
Today we're going to continue part 2 of the amazing discussion they were having on Tuesday, which was can men and women, how do men and women, can men and women coexist? can men and women coexist? And I feel like there were amazing points on the show. So we're going to continue from there since I was not here.
Shout out to Hannah. She really did well.
Shout out to the queen, okay? Shout out to the queen. She did amazing. I was like, wow. Like, I saw a whole different side of her. I was really, really proud. Thank you, sis. You held it down for us. So, yeah, shout out to all of you. Santo also did amazing. You guys did great. So, can men and women coexist? Because I feel like you guys left that question and it was a whole different one. So, Kumasi, can men and women coexist? Or how can they coexist peacefully? I'll ask you, since you held rules for the show.
I think we can. A lot of people don't think we can, but I really think we can. And we've been existed.
How do men and women coexist peacefully?
Peacefully? It's not going to be peaceful. You see, I think the problem that we are having in this world is every little thing breaks us. You know, like it's not supposed to be only sweet. It's not supposed to be, because you can't have positive without negative. You know, there's always going to be that to keep the balance. You know, so we just have to understand that there's going to be times that you're not going to be happy in your relationship. It doesn't mean your partner is evil or anything like that. There's always going to be those times. The point is, we can endure those times. And that's what our forefathers were doing the most. When the times are bad, they endure it because they enjoyed the good times, and then when the bad times come, they endure. In our generation, it's hard for us to endure because we have been taught that
it's supposed to be good.
It has to be good. It has to be good. When you are in a relationship, it has to be this. When you are in a relationship, it has to be this. You know, our mothers were going into relationship without any expectation. They were going for the sake of the union, and anything that came to them was a bonus for them. Now we are going into relationship with a certain set of expectations without even discussing it with that other partner. We have that mindset, the expectations in our mind. The other partner is not aware. So when the other partner is doing something that he or she thinks this is what I'm supposed to do, your partner is saying that doesn't meet what I want, and then it becomes a problem. You know, but I believe that if we discuss these things before we get into a relationship, everybody's gonna be fine. And the fact that when we do understand that, okay, there's gonna be times like today, I was so pissed off, like I wasn't happy today, and my wife came here. I gotta, you know, I don't want to show it for her to see I'm not happy. It's gonna bother her more than it bothers me. So what's my job? My job is to make sure that she doesn't get, you know. But she knew there's something wrong with me. She kept asking, "You okay?" Because babe, and you cried that basis here. There's nothing you can actually do. So let's move on, you know. But in this generation, it has to be okay. You have to force yourself to laugh, even if you cannot laugh. Your man or your woman wants you to do something. If you cannot do it, you still have to do it, even if you cannot do it. Like, it's like there's this expectation that we have to meet, and not all of us can meet that expectation. And that's why it looks like we cannot coexist. But in reality, if people understand that endurance is part of the union or the institution, we are going to be all right.
Don't you think that people should learn how to compromise? Because I feel like, okay, let's say we're coming together. Because the reason why I asked this question is based on a comment, I think, one of the comments that came on the show while we're having on the show was, you know, what is it called? If you meet a person and they have this or they like this, and this, you have to be willing, okay, if you have to understand, okay, since yours does not meet them, you have to, you know, sometimes call it quits in the beginning. Because let's say you meet him, he likes soccer. Me, per se, Jasmine, if you put soccer in front of me, I have no idea what is happening. Okay. All I see is people chasing after a ball. It hits a net.
22 men.
Thank you.
Chasing one ball.
All I know is one is wearing blue, one is wearing, so I support the one that is wearing blue. It hits the other person's net, it's a goal. Then I start yelling goal. If you ask me the process in which the goal happens, I have no idea, right? So if I meet a man that likes soccer, I don't like soccer. If you say we can't make it work, then I feel like it's compromise. If I meet a person and they want A, B, C, maybe I want B, C, D. Can't people just compromise just to coexist? But I feel like we live in a generation that nobody wants to compromise anymore. It's either my way or your way, or is it just me?
You want to go?
No, you go.
I think you should go. I did the first one.
I'll say like what's compromise, right? Like what we're trying to do is strike a balance where a man is comfortable to bring his problem to his partner, and the woman is comfortable to bring her problem to her partner, and both of them are hurt. That's the balance that we are trying to strike, and that will form our coexistence peacefully, like our peaceful coexistence. Now the problem is most men will listen and will want to find a solution. Most women bringing their problems are bringing the problems, but they don't want the man to find a solution. The man is like, okay. And then when the man does not listen, it's like, oh, you don't listen to me. Right? The man is like taking all of this problems and like, trying to be, I'll probably bring it like in the marriage certain, like man is listening and everything, doing this part. And then like he asks for one thing, and that one thing is a problem.
But when you say a man is doing their part, are you because I'm trying to go back based on the conversation that was had on Tuesday. I think a lot of the comments that was coming from the men is, okay, my part is I pay the bills. I go to work, I pay the bills. The kids are taken care of. This is that. That's what you guys consider as I'm doing my part, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
So like there's a part that is expected in our African tradition.
Actually mandated.
It's mandated that the man takes care of, right? That you, even as a woman, expect your man to take care of, right? So if the man says, I'm doing my part, and then by your judgment, or according to what the mandate is, he's taking care of it, right? Now, if he says he's doing his part, he is doing his part. Like contractual-wise, he's doing his part, right? And then there's the other part where, like I said, we are trying to strike a balance where a man brings his problems, he's heard, he's actually heard, and whatever he wants fulfilled is fulfilled, right? And then the woman brings hers, and then she's heard, and, there's a solution that is provided to that issue or problem, right? But when you talk about compromise, it's like, and I'm not saying it's just all women or women in general. Most of the time, the women want the man to compromise, right? If you're like, oh, this man wants to watch soccer, like why don't he want to watch
Real Housewives
or like Korean movie with me, right? And the man does not see a reason why, right? And the man likes soccer, but then he's okay with you not watching soccer with him. Like he's okay with you not watching soccer with him. So in that case, if you ask the same man that, why don't you watch Korean movies or Real Housewife with me, right? And because he's not doing that, you feel like he's not compromising. Have you thought about like the other side that he never he said it once, you don't watch soccer with me, and then there's never been a day that he comes to you that he's angry because you're not watching soccer with him.
Okay, but I get what you're saying. Okay, but a woman's desire and a man's desire is different.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe a woman desires Korean movies on the upper echelon, but for a man, okay, maybe cooking for me is on the upper desire.
It's
Why can't you?
It's the same thing. So what you're saying is, whatever the woman desire is, right? With the Korean movie, it's like up there, right? But
that's what is important to her.
But then, as a wife, I think it's your duty to cook. No, like it's two different things. No.
Okay, continue. No, please don't dig a hole.
No.
Okay.
I'm maxing though.
But let's. I'm glad you brought it.
It's my duty to cook, and it's your duty to also maybe also fulfill an emotional part of me as a woman in the relationship, right?
Is he not doing that?
By what, paying bills?
That's not what is he not doing that?
So I think this is where the problem is, because the roles are not defined right.
That's right.
And in anywhere that the roles are not defined right, there's chaos.
Yeah,
that's why in another way I say, it's simple work.
That's it.
So, on to me, I say me quiet my face gama. Wa nyebi onka ho.
Onka one man by feet.
Home me feet. Also to me, I say na my brain my nyebi. That is how, because the moment that you expect me to do something, that I'm sacrificing for.
Yeah.
In return, I also expect you to do something.
Yeah.
And in our culture, in our society, it was the duty of the women to take care of the home.
So does it mean that love is transactional?
Love is transactional. Love is transactional.
I don't think.
Not all the time.
To some extent?
No, I mean, if you're gonna say it's transactional, you gotta have one. Whether it's transactional or it's not.
Not all the time.
The moment you say not all the time, that means you are defeating what you start.
No, not all the time.
Okay, so it's not the food that a person is cooking for you that's gonna make you love the person.
Exactly.
It's not the money that a person is.
But then the love is tied to something.
Yeah. Then when the man get up and goes to work, he's performing a duty. Okay. What is societally, morally expected of him to do?
Okay.
It's what he's doing.
Okay.
If a woman is cooking, it's basically the same thing.
Okay.
Talking from my culture, and I don't care what any other culture anybody has adopted.
Okay.
I'm talking from my culture.
Right.
In my culture, a woman is responsible to make sure there's food in the house.
Right.
That's not a man's job. The man's job is to make sure there is shelter, there is money in the house.
Okay.
Or everybody that is under him in this house is taken care of.
Right.
That is the man's job.
Right.
Okay. Now we are in a society where these are not defined. So a woman feel like, well, if I want to cook, I cook. Now the man will still start there. Why should I? You don't want to cook for me. You cook when you want to cook. Why can't I decide to pay the bills when I want to pay?
Pay the bills, yeah.
You know, so the man's like, you know what? If you want us to do this, then it's easy. Let's do 50-50. You take care of, pay your car, pay whatever you buy, you know. You can even decide we are not going to cook. When you're coming from work, buy your food, I'll buy my food. We come and we eat. Everybody pay.
Right.
You know, you pay for yourself.
Right.
How many kids we got? We got 2 kids. You take one, let me take one. Everything is 50-50. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
We can easily do it.
Easy, yeah.
You see how her face has changed?
That's not marriage. That's roommate.
Okay.
I can do that with my roommate.
So what you're saying is,
when I had a roommate, she does her thing. She buys her food. I buy my food.
So if I'm getting what Kumasi is saying, like there has been a misunderstanding between what duties in marriage are and what emotional needs are. They're two different things.
So basically, what she has just said is they have chosen the rules or the norms in a roommate situation. They want to put it in a union.
Yeah.
And that's why these relationships are breaking, because nobody knows their rules. No. If I do not know my rule, Bible crosses a defending chain, defending crime. If you don't know where you are going, you will fall.
Teach somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? So what it is, and this comes from the women the most. Oh, I went to work. I came, I'm so tired. Yeah. Why can't you cook? Why should I be the one to cook? Yeah. Okay, when it comes to the bill, they don't say, oh, I went to work, so I'm also putting 50% down. Now the men have to foot almost everything. Yeah. Then she can spend money on herself. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's what happened. Now the young men are sitting down and looking at it like, fuck it, why should I be a slave in this thing? Mm-hmm. Why should I do this? I'm in a relationship with somebody that doesn't look at my needs as important, but her needs to be taken care of. Yeah. Why should it be one-sided?
Perfect.
Like, that's the conversation that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. Why should I get married? Ask all these young guys that say there's no point of getting married. Yeah. They will say this to you.
Oh, yeah.
They will say, why should I invest in somebody, take care of somebody, and they do whatever they want with their money. And then when something happens, they can take everything that I have. Yeah. Why should I get in such a window? Is it right for anybody to be in that situation? Economically, not. No. Because this man is not really gaining anything. Okay. And anything that he can really get, he can get it without getting married. Yeah. So what's the point of marriage?
And he's probably getting it whilst he's not married.
So what's the point? You know, so I think that if marriage are going to work, most of them depend on our women.
I have a question. That's pressure on the women, but we'll get to that. Okay. I feel like, based on what you're saying, the roles are not defined. What do you feel like when people start relationships, they are honest? Like me, when I started a relationship, I'm being honest. I used to say this a lot, and this older woman told me to stop. The first thing I tell you is I hate cooking. And that's honest. I cook, but I hate to cook. I don't know if it makes sense. I cook, but I hate to cook.
It doesn't.
I hate to cook. I hate cooking. That's the honest truth. I cook. Lately, I can say I love cooking, but before, when I meet you, the first thing I tell you is, I don't cook.
So I think what you're saying is, we are trying. So in the coexistence, right, in marriage, right, there's a common law or common rule that governs marriage, and that common rule is, when you come into this certain, like just like when you go to work, before you started working, you were given a handbook. When you violate it, it's a violation.
Of course.
Exactly. The same thing with marriage. We know the rules, right? Whether when you met him, you told him that you don't like cooking or you like cooking, that's like, as soon as you get into that certain feelings, does not matter.
That's what I was trying to get to. You guys both agreed on the roles have to be defined in the beginning. So I'm getting to that
I'm coming. So okay. in defining the role, like initially, before I started talking, right, you put how Korean movies like in an upper echelon
to the person
for like the woman, right? And then you're like, but maybe the man put value on cooking, right? And I was like, is cooking really your duty in the marriage, or it's an emotional need? Two different things, right? So I'll put an emotional need for you, or like label it as a Korean movie, right? That's emotional need. It's not a duty. It's not a responsibility. Now put the man providing as a responsibility and a duty. Soccer is like a need, like emotional
the same as
need.
the Korean.
Yeah, and I'm saying that in my example, I stated that every time he's watching soccer, whether you are with him, he does not call you to come and watch it, because when he said it for the first time, he realized that you were not interested, and you were like, cool. But then you want him to sit down and watch a Korean movie with you, and he doesn't want it. And you're saying that, why can't he compromise? And I'm saying that, why is it that when he wanted to watch soccer, right? Why didn't you compromise? Or why is it that when he said it the first time and then like you were not interested, he didn't come back again?
Okay.
Don't you think that's compromise enough?
I understand. Yeah, it is.
But then we want him to compromise more. I'm not saying you saying it. We want him to compromise more because we feel like we feel like him as a man, he can take more. 1, 2, because he's not complaining. 3, because whatever he's saying, he's a man, he can take it. We are not listening.
Of course.
Right? So if that same man, based on what he's going through in marriage, if he's to advise another,
they'll tell you it's not worth it.
But it depends on the question though, because most men still advise young people to get married. Kumasi is married, I'm married. We keep telling GM to get married. Right? Men will still tell them to get married, right? Because we're looking at the legacy, the kids, right? But then when it's a different question when GM asks a married person. Personally, I don't have like financial like problem in my marriage or whatever. But then if it's asks like other people that, like, is it worth it? Like, like, is it worth like sacrificing whatever, right? And then most young people like that are like growing and like trying to get married, right? They're looking at the Western certain like Chroma, right? And they're saying, "I buy you come and make me go white. Me see or because of a white wedding, or per se. You be canning na boom wedding. It will clock like 30,000 or more, right? I mean, you're waiting every now. So one day the buffet said on me be I mean yeah, sure you.
I lose everything on top of it too.
Is it one in your own judgment?
Honest truth, it's not worth it. I always say men are not being treated fairly. That one I've always said it.
And see, I think it's the peaceful coexisting between a man and a woman, right? If we're looking at it like with a probabilities and I say like occurrences, right? Men are not the reason why, and I'm the reason why yent me coexisted. And be na yamba. Because last time, not make Tuesday, no one. So, guys said, "We Shiana ni bibi. You are like na make catch in your back." Guys, we Shiana now be a more cut bibi. She's okay with it, right? But then they be an more sharp one thing. I want more sharp one to say be open, be my for
yeah.
But the way money, and see, the man always try to catch up. Every time he catches up, now the goalpost is moved.
The rules changes.
The goalpost is moved. At one point, he's like,
Metiasio, whatever you guys are saying, trust me, I understand.
So to me, Bissau said, is that not compromise enough?
It is. It's compromise to some aspect.
You know, because in Bani brain, like it is compromise, like it's not compromise for them, all right? So say Obewo Bema. Now if you want to say Obabi Jojo, no, now if you're not a boyfriend, so yeah, but the same thing.
That is so true. That is so true.
And that's the reason why. So women know they are diabolic. That's why mother-in-laws and daughters-in-laws are always fighting. Because they all know they are diabolic people.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
That's why they're always
telling
fighting.
you.
Father and father-in-law never fight.
Y'all don't care.
When they meet, mutual respect.
Except if you hurt your daughter, then that's a different situation.
Even with that, they approach it with care.
With care.
No, sir. They know their daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Even with that, they approach it with care.
As long
That's so true, though.
as
I've
long
seen,
as one of my cousins, right? Nikunu Efanichi. Right? No, not seen him. No, like the way I back out was a warrior cry anyway. Nothing was more concerned, which is my uncle. He was more concerned, said, I brand I'm born a band like
yeah.
But when you say, when they been see that, you know, just like, when what Jana Shackle and my name Brafi. That's making us not the Baba Nija, not say Basu Ja. They're so angry.
Y'all know that what you guys do out there. That's why.
But that's not the point, though.
Because the point is real recognize real. Yeah. When you see a real man, when you see a father that is in good relationship with the son-in-law, he sees something that more a man don't see. You know, and men do understand that there are mistakes. People make mistakes. So far as this person is committed into doing what he's supposed to do, and that's why I keep saying there are duties. You made a statement in the beginning that what if I prefer
Korean movies
Korean
is
movie,
more like has
if
more
I meet
value.
a woman that tells me that I prefer Korean movies and that is mine,
Who yelling?
I wouldn't even finish the date.
I'm ending the day because you're very unserious.
There's no point. I'll say thank you for inviting me.
I'm out.
Like there's no point.
I'm telling you.
Because in any society, and I'm saying this, that rules are not defined right. It's always going to be a problem. My number one job is to make sure that you all have roof over your head, you have food, you have clothes, you have lights, heat, all these things. When all these things are done, then okay, I can take you to movies. I can take you to those are all secondary matters.
Yeah.
In this generation, they want to make those things
The primary
matters and make the secondary matters the primary matters.
Yeah.
And then make the primary matters the secondary matters. And then it becomes confusing.
Yeah.
The man knows this is what I'm supposed to do. 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 Any other thing is bonus.
So,
but at this point, we are in a situation that women are telling us to leave the primary thing.
The bonuses are more important.
And the bonuses are more important.
It's like working for a paycheck and like you don't want a paycheck.
this is why I wanted a woman. No, I don't think that's what we're saying. You know, what about you are paying the bills, you're putting the food on the table, the kids are taken care of. What about other aspect of
what is that? What is that? Like name one.
No, the other emotional spending time, quality time.
What is it?
But okay, so my point is spending time, yes. And you know time is money, right? Okay. So you telling me that I should cut my working times to spend time with you. That's what you're basically saying.
And so figure out a way to pay the bills.
Because Tuesday, what's her name? She one of the what is it called? I don't know if it was Asantua or she made a comment and she said, "Okay, you are paying the bills, but most men will neglect their home."
What is neglect?
What is neglect?
Okay, so you pay the bills in your home. You're making sure that
you see the point is
wait,
they
real
have
quick.
trivialized
No, give us a
that job.
No, give us a second. You pay the bills.
Yeah.
They'll take care of everything, but they neglect the emotional side of the woman, and the woman wants to spend time. Maybe that's all the woman is asking for. They will leave that.
You don't think the man want to spend time too?
No, wait. Let me get to where I want to get to. Give me a second.
They just think that men love to be at work.
No, it's not even work. They will leave that, then go spend time with another person, another friend, another woman. I think they made a comment.
How many guys do that?
A lot of guys.
They're like when you are okay,
like how many married men do
A lot
that?
of guys
So
do
let's
that.
look at it like
I will even use myself. I had this married friend, and I had to cut the friendship off because later I realized it was affecting the wife. The wife might call him to stay, like they want to hang out. He can leave and come to me when I call.
It's a problematic marriage. You don't know why the man is running.
Yeah, they divorced. They ended up later divorcing.
You don't know why the man is running.
I understand that. But
when you're talking about these situations, right? I feel like we are talking about a situation where all things being equal. If I'm taking care of the house, we know how it is. My wife want to drive a nice car. You push me, man, I need this. I want this car. I want this car. I want this car. Okay, you go get this car. Even though I'm telling you, let's start from small. You say, nah, this is the car.
This is the car.
You know what? I sacrifice. The moment that I made that sacrifice, you know what I've done in my mind to be able to pay for that. I've taken
you added more
extra
bills.
hours.
Okay, you get that. You want a house in the suburb. You get that. Now all these bills are on me.
How do we pay for it?
I'm trying to, do 1.5 job. One job with a part-time to be able to take care of these things. She's telling me I don't have time for her. I'm not fixing her emotional need. Who do you think you are? I think it's selfish. Like, I really think it's selfish to put all these pressures on one person. There's something that your father could even do for you.
Are you sure you guys are just not trying to put pressure on women?
No.
Because the same women, if you come at the middle of the night, I don't want to, and she doesn't also want to give it to you, it's a problem. So what about because the sexual aspect is also you guys' emotional need, right?
So you're telling me women don't need sex?
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what you just said.
No,
that's what you just said.
But when it comes to women and men, let's be honest. Let's do the ratio. When it comes to women and men desire more than women. Let's stop.
Is it because men are more vocal about it? Is it because men will talk about it?
Anyway, but in reality, men want it more.
No. What's the reality?
Yeah, I did a survey, and I did a survey in my head, and the survey says men wanted more. Like someone like our producer say,
you see,
every week,
and that is what women do, and this is what I see, because women know that the man will come from work, and will want to have sex, so they try to use that.
What
as
about
a
her emotional need?
But a man says
is sex not an emotional need for a woman?
For a man.
What about a woman?
Women, there are other things that we can do.
Let's just admit that it's only for men, right? Okay.
I'm digging a hole for myself.
No, it's fine.
Producers, like the way producers laughing, I know I'm digging a hole.
Let's
get to it. Yes.
So like the man comes home and then wake you up like whilst you're sleeping, just to ask for sex, and then maybe in that whatever, like in that bed game, you don't reach your climax, but then the man does, and then go take a shower, go to sleep or whatever, right? So in that case, Jasmine has fulfilled her man's emotional need. Now, what does the man do for her? Right? What do you want him to do for you?
What about my emotional needs of spending time together, going on dates, enjoying each other's company and time? What about that?
So I know a man that he talked to his wife. Right? I mean, when they were coming up, like building.
This is why I like how whole fame but
building up, right? So you're like, this is the business that we want to put together.
You can send her a link if she want to join.
Okay.
And then the man was, and then the woman was like, I agree with you. Now in the implementation of whatever their business plans were, right, and where they were living, somebody got a Tesla, and then the lady wanted that Tesla.
Yeah.
Right, and the man was like, after we build this business, we can get it. She's like, no, like with my way out to be a man, man, the man went out of his way to buy it, right? That takes away from the business that they're building, right? So which means that this man has to grab another job. Don't you think that the Tesla that he bought for her was emotional need?
That's not an emotional need.
It's not.
That's a responsibility.
But then it was important for her.
It was important for me, but that's not an emotional need.
So would you rather? So would you rather?
No. The Tesla was an emotional need because he could have get a Picanto. That would be cheaper. Because if you are looking at a need, you are just looking at something. Would you be happy seeing
your wife in a Picanto?
It doesn't matter because
let me tell you guys something.
It doesn't matter because
when women want a Tesla, me see from what Tesla, people be like, oh, her husband is taking care of her. You guys get the glory at the end of the day.
Okay, let's keep the glory. I'll give you the Picanto. You gotta take that.
Ew.
See the problem.
Ew.
So I'm saying,
not a Picanto.
I'm saying that when I started, I said that there was a plan which his wife agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
We are saving to do this business. Now she sees a neighbor with a Tesla. Now she wants a Tesla.
You want me getting out of this?
She wants a
Picanto, yeah.
A Tesla, right?
So that's what I can afford.
And then this man goes out of his way to get the Tesla, and you're still saying that is not enough,
Okay.
right?
That's not what we are saying. You can buy everything.
I'm saying that. Let's be realistic. A Tesla.
Ask women
A
in
Tesla
marriage.
cost. Right?
I understand that, but ask women in marriages
No,
who
I'm
have
sa-
cheated.
maybe-
Ask women in
No,
marriages who have
Jasmine,
cheated.
wait.
It's not
I'm
that
sa-
the man is not provide. You can provide. You can buy me the Tesla. You can buy all.
No,
the
you
Tesla.
asked for it
But
though.
what-
He didn't buy it out of his will.
It's
You
fine.
asked for it.
I asked for it. You gave
So-
it to me. Most of the houses you guys are buying
Should he
is
have
because
said
we
no?
want it.
No,
I understand.
I'm saying that should he have said no? I will not buy it.
No, that's not the thing. Because you bought it, you bought me the house, you bought me the car. What about the
what I-
other needs that also need to be fulfilled?
That's not what I'm saying, right? If this man had not bought the house, it takes away. It gives him time. If this man did not buy the car, he gives him the time that you want him to spend with you. Me boy. But it's like you guys like okay. I see your train. I see Debbie. Assume you say yeah. What I say? Assume you see age man and then who can age man and what
we
they
don't
found,
see it, yeah. Because we hold our husbands in high esteem.
But so can we be realistic like in this life? That's the reason why we are like give your maker so it takes two to tango. I agree with that. It takes a man and a woman to I agree with that. The man needs to compromise. I agree with that. Right?
But men compromise the most.
They will never see that. Like they will
you
never
see-
see
you
because
see-
in a world where secondary things are primary, they're never gonna see
Yeah,
that.
they're not gonna see
So I wanna admit that they're not gonna see it. Like so, let's say the men are not compromising, right? Now let's ask them, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? I'm asking, like, because I want to know, because like we agree, we admit we are not compromising at all.
Can't. Okay.
All what we see is marriage, bills, we've paid it, roof over your head, food to eat, clothes, whatever, shelter. We agree. Those are not compromise. Those are like garbage time. We agree. No. Maybe, but like those are like baseline stuff. We agree, right? So what now? What do you want us to do? Like what should we do?
Have you guys realized that women are more of like an emotional based people, and men are more? She joined the show. Okay.
Ask if you can hear.
Can she hear us?
Pick your headphones.
I can, I can hear you guys. I don't know if you can hear me.
She said what? She can hear us.
Hi, can you hear me?
Okay.
I can hear you, Jasmine. I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Fahima.
Can we hear?
Hi.
Okay.
You can hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Okay.
I can hear.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear everybody in the studio. You need to check something down there for us.
Chevy.
Can you hear me?
I
Hello,
can hear you,
Fahima.
Jasmine. I can hear everybody. It's like
Okay, so you can
y'all
hear-
can hear me, but I can hear.
Can we take this out, please? Hello, Fahima.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, sis. How are you?
I'm all right. How about yourself,
I'm
girl?
doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you
I
so
can
much for
see you
saying-
are outnumbered.
At this point, I feel like I've been defeated. I feel like I'm being beaten. So please help me, save me from these men. Okay, I think where I was getting to before you. Okay, but go ahead. What is your what do you want to say about the show first before I ask you what I want to ask you?
So I actually joined the show from the very moment you guys started. I think I did put couple comments on there.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys were able to see.
Well, let me read it real quick
I've been-
before we continue. I think she put the first one. Big Mike, marriage is not only to procreate. And that is the part of the problem we have in marriages. The second one is wrong. It takes two to tango. Why are ladies the biggest reasons for non-coexistence? And then the next one is Kumase. No one works 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Thank you. Preach that. It's not about the length of time. It is about the quality. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So like I said, I've been listening in, and it looks like it's a roller coaster, right? From last week, because we basically are talking about the same thing over and over again. Big Mike, Kumasi, y'all don't want to understand the fact that it is not about the individual. It's not about sex. It's not about female or male. It is about you, the person that is with whoever it is, like you, the partner. Because remember, I made mention last week that whatever works for somebody's home will definitely may not work for somebody's home,
Mm-hmm.
right? So to be able to coexist depends on both of you. It is not one sided. I don't know why Big Mike is making it a big deal, making it look like, oh, it is the women that makes it feel.
Of course, it's the
If a
women. The
house,
women are the one that
it
keep
is
chasing,
not, it
changing the
is
goalpost
not,
all the time. It's women doing that. Men want little.
it is not, it is
It
not.
is.
Says
Men
who?
want
You,
little. Men
the
don't
fact
ask for
that,
more.
Marshall,
Men want little.
the fact that you want little doesn't mean every man wants little.
A
Thank
lot
you.
of
Let's
men
get that
want.
No,
fact.
not every
Most men
guy.
have the baseline. Most men, our priorities are the same.
Problem we have as humans, right,
Hmm.
is that when we meet initially, like when you meet somebody you feel like you want to spend the rest of your life with,
Mm-hmm.
we fail to, dive deep into the person's life. We fail to have this communication because, like you guys were mentioned, oh, the lady will be telling me to buy me this kind of car. When you meet a lady, you let the person know, hey, this is me, this is what I have, this is what I don't have. Why won't you guys, the lady, understand you? Of course, we've had situations where some people will hide who they really are,
Mm-hmm.
and when they get in the marriage, things happen and all that stuff. Because we have men that will come to a lady and show off. If you let me know you have that money, you better be ready to spend it on me. And so you'll be working 3 to 4, 5 jobs, and that's your business.
That's not our
But
business.
if
How many
you,
times? No, no, let me come in. How many times have men gone to look for a house and they are in front of the realtor fighting because their wife don't like the way the kitchen is? Let me finish.
But what she's saying is be
because,
realistic
okay,
about who you are
But
from the beginning.
we are realistic.
Most
We are
men are
telling you
not.
we cannot pay.
No.
And then you are still forcing that we have to pay.
In the beginning of the relationship, most men are not realistic. I met a man. No, I've even said this before on
And
this
that
show.
is the man that wanna sleep with you, not the man that wanna marry you. Men that wanna marry you don't wanna come and start spending money like I'm Bill Gates. Even Bill Gates doesn't do
it
that.
is not about spending money, Kumasi. It is not about spending
But
money.
I'm going off
It's not
what
money.
she just
Everything
said.
is not money.
In the beginning,
See,
what you
if in
sis,
the
go ahead.
beginning, let the person know. Let the
Hmm.
person know. Me, if you let me know, hey, it's
Not
life. We are
everybody
all
is like
beginning
you,
this
per your
life.
guru. Not everybody's like
Thank you. So now you should understand that not everybody is like you. What if I tell you for the basic, every woman is like that? Just as you're telling me for the basic, every man wants little. What if I say that to you?
Thank you.
same thing.
Right? So
Same
if
thing.
you exactly, so if I say be real with women, it is not just about me. I'm also
So, so,
speaking for
so, so
other
what you're
women.
saying is men are not being real with women?
Most men are
I
not.
am saying we should be real with each
Each other.
other.
But I'm saying that I'm speaking from a man's point of view. I'm asking, do you think men are real with women?
Some are not,
Let's look at the general
and
rule.
that is
Are
the
men real with
beginning.
women?
I can't say like I'm saying. I can't really pinpoint that men are real or men are not real. Some are not. That's what I would say
I mean, but if we
because
are going to have a general conversation and it's based on some, then we can't reach nowhere because if in any situation, there's always going to be a general rule to the situation. So it's either men are not real or men are real.
men are real.
Thank
If
you.
that is how you want us to go, it
Nah, I
men
don't
are
want you to
real,
go
and
that way. I
so
just want you to say what
oh,
is on your mind.
no, because okay, men are real, women are real,
Okay,
but there are exceptions.
of course.
Every human being is real. We are all real human beings, but there are exceptions.
Of course, I agree.
And the exceptions are based on certain factors, like where the person is coming from, how the person is raised, the kind of friends that somebody is even associates with, right? The kind of and I last time I mentioned, I said some people are even crazy in the head. There are a
Of
lot of
course.
narcissists, women and men. you don't expect them to behave as somebody else will behave.
Of course.
So there are a lot of factors that make these exceptions come into play in marriages, and this makes coexisting hard. And that is why, in my opinion, I don't think it is one-sided. I don't think it's men that makes the home break, or it's women that makes the home break. You can take like 10
by
homes.
facts, we know who are those filing for the divorces, though.
Yes, the fact that women are
so whoever filed it,
whoever breaks the marriage broke the home. Breaking of marriage doesn't start from when the divorce is filed. Last time I said marriage doesn't. That the fact the day that you are getting married, right? Wearing the wedding gown, wearing the kente, wearing all those kind of stuff. That is not the day. That is not the marriage. The marriage begins after that day. Divorce, it is not about the day you file for the divorce. Divorce begins the very day you guys disconnected.
Okay.
The very day there is separation. There is separation. Yes, the very day.
I can agree with that, but you understand that in relationship, it's not always gonna be sweet. There's always gonna be bad times, right? That's my definition of what relationship's supposed to be. There's always gonna be bad times. You can never take it and get only the positive side of a relationship. What I'm saying is, when the bad times come and then you checked out because the bad time came, you broke the marriage. It doesn't matter what disconnected us. We can always reconnect.
Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I think I went off a little bit. So it depends on what the bad time is. There are some bad times that require you to get away. Bad times of abuse, you need to get out.
Yes.
Let the whole world say you break the home, and so what? There are bad times where the man doesn't have money. That is evil of any woman that will check out.
And they check out all the time.
Me?
All the time.
Oh no! I mean, of course, that is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There are exceptions. There is not every woman that, in my opinion, is wise. There are, excuse my language, there are foolish women that will even check out when a man loses his job, forgetting that they still have their certificate that they can find another job, right? But like, remember, I had on my show there was a story where this man lost his job, and this woman is trying to help. The woman didn't check out when this man lost his job. But the man decided to have fun while the woman is out there busting her butt out, working to make money to take care of the home. In this case, when this woman checks out, somebody out there somewhere might even say, hey, the man is the one that brought the lady abroad.
And that happens all the time.
I have a question. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, you said that the man lost his job, and then the woman was the one going to bust their ass and bring money to the house, right?
Yes.
Can the man also say that the woman was not fulfilling his emotional need at that point, so he chose to do that?
What is the emotional need at the point? You are a man's job is to get a job, work.
You see, now it's a man's job.
You guys said hold on. You guys said we should define responsibility. That's what y'all said. We should define. So why you not defining your responsibility by going to work?
Jasmine, 15 minutes ago, I asked you, what do you guys think?
Hey, already at the time I told so.
You didn't say anything, and I asked my sister on the call that I was just asking. I said I was going to ask a silly question, right? And I said that if the man lost his job and then the woman is out there busting her ass, meaning that she's probably taking on 2 jobs so that she can. What if because of the 2 jobs she can't fulfill his emotional needs, so he chose to help himself? I'm not saying that he's right.
Why? Okay, so why didn't you do your job as a man and get a job so she doesn't have to now miss your emotional needs?
Exactly. So why didn't you, when the man was working 2 jobs to pay for the stuff in the house, right?
We did our part.
I'm coming. Why didn't you realize that a man was busy working 2 jobs? So when he comes to him, first thing he's gonna do is just take a shower and go to sleep.
Men are. Sister, him up. I told you, baby. I'm you crazy.
I was just trying to like make a point. right there. I'm not saying that it is right that a man did that in that scenario. All I'm saying is that if we're looking for reasons and motives, everybody has the motive. Everybody has the reason. Because of motives and reasons, we cannot coexist. It's possible. Because of motives and reasons, we can coexist. Because of compromise, we can make it happen. We draw a Venn diagram and we put into how many couples can coexist and how many cannot coexist. You see, there's very few people that will fit in that Venn diagram. What I'm saying is, because of the motives that we have behind our actions and the reasons that we have, whether legitimate or not, whether it's the rule or it's not the rule, whether they are the exceptions or they are not, right? Based on that, we're coming from different homes, we're coming from different marriages. Based on that, we all have a reason why we accepted a man in our life. We all have a reason why we accepted a woman in our life. It is attached to something. From the get-go, was attached to something. Whether the man was rich or poor, those things does not even matter. All I'm saying is that there is a goalpost, right? There's a goalpost, and it can go it can go too far, or it can just strike a balance and just stay right in the middle, right? When it's in the middle, everybody's comfortable, everybody's happy, right? But then when that balance tilts on one side, whether on the man's side or whether on the woman's side, somebody's not going to be happy. At that point, you cannot tell somebody that is not happy to compromise. It doesn't work. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm not on the guy's side because I'm a man. No, I'm saying that. Well, at least from I'm saying it based on my experience and people around me that are complaining. It's saying that they do this and they're like, why are you not doing that? And they do that and they're like, why not doing what my neighbor is doing? And they do that and they're like, so at some point,
and you do it and it's even the wrong time for them.
Exactly. So you cannot tell somebody that is receiving the short end of the stick, right, to compromise, because the person is feeling like he's already compromised. What else do you want him to do? Kill himself? And then,
I think Oheba is speaking.
I was just trying to touch base, comment on the question that Big Mike asked about. See, that is why if you've spoken to me for a while, I am very big on communication, right? When it comes to emotions, every human being has emotion. It is not only men or women that what about my emotional needs? The man will say, okay, at this point, what about my emotional needs? We get it. When it comes to percentage wise, you definitely will have women being emotional more than men are. But that doesn't mean men don't have emotions as well. So with that question, if the woman wasn't fulfilling the man's emotion, I like the point Jasmine made. Why are you still home? Okay, let's take it as you are working towards getting another job, right? Why are you not doing your duty because the lady left the kids for you? You decide to put the kids aside and enjoy yourself with other women at home. You are not helping. This is the same lady that will go work, come home, and cook for you to eat and take care of the kids. Whereas when the man was working, he wouldn't go to work, come home and cook. Why is that when the lady is now taking care of home, she is still the one that is doing all the chores, doing all that stuff, and you are just home, frolicking with women?
Exceptions.
Thank you. Well, let's take it as that's an exception. But that is an example I give to say that when things like this happen and a woman checks out, somebody sitting out there will say, oh, it's the woman that broke the marriage, forgetting that breaking of marriage even began from when the man lost his job and decided to be irresponsible at home.
But do you
it is not about even breaking just your job, but being irresponsible at home.
I mean, even him not being able to go to work is irresponsible. So
that one, even now, I will call him irresponsible.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a job, so he's irresponsible. We get that one.
But you know that by default, right? Whenever there is a divorce or like a marriage issue, right? The people from the outside looking in, most of them, they don't even look at the woman. They see they say it's a man. You know that, right?
But it's not that
used to be the case in the past.
It is.
But now,
It is still now.
now the narrative has changed, and even Kumasi, you made a point that it is the women that divorces. It is the women that leaves the home. That is the narrative now, that women are divorcing men.
I know.
It used to be
women are
the
divorcing
time.
men, but it's that notion that the man has to do something that the woman left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always that.
Most of the time, men don't do anything.
No,
y'all do
The
a
woman
lot.
will leave because
Because
when they focus on secondary things, that the man is focused on the primary things, it becomes a huge problem.
You cannot
It creates
focus
a
on
disconnect.
primary and
Which-
ignore the secondary, because it also matters.
Which-
what you guys are
Not-
sitting
not-
here
not-
saying
not-
is that
not
the
like-
secondary doesn't matter.
Not-
It matters
no,
also.
nobody's saying the secondary doesn't matter. You don't think the secondary matters to the men too?
No,
But I know a man called Kumasi that have won one jeans for the last 3 months.
If you were on the
Gang, gang.
if
You
were
know
on the
why?
surgery table, right?
You know why? Because the primary matters more than the secondary.
We understand that, but you cannot always forever neglect the secondary, because then that's where it will lead to.
That's what I
That's
asked
why
you
there
that.
were
Do you-
women in marriages cheating.
Do you think men want to neglect the secondary? But if also should be there, man, be kuremu. You are dealing with how we need
Is
to-
it
and
forever?
do the wife know?
Women
the wife
know it.
know?
We
They
know,
know.
but you guys know.
They
We
know.
know. We will give you time.
They
A
know.
year,
The
2
woman
years,
knows the
3
husband
years.
makes $20 an hour.
We know.
She
We're
wanna
not saying
buy
we don't.
$400,000.
The thing is, we're not saying
and then
we
the man
don't
is
know.
saying that, no, we're not going to buy that house. The woman say, oh, may I do my support? I said, no, I cannot rely on your money because anything can happen to you as a woman. That burden is on me. We are telling them, and they want to make that move.
Well, I said the secondary term matter.
So they should
Like the
stay
secondary
home.
terms matter. And I'm gonna make I said, if you're in a hospital, right, you need a ventilator. There is a wound on your leg. You need a plaster. When you ventilator now, me for plaster, me tarola, me forget.
You're secondary to me.
Was it?
The problem, no, I can't.
And make
That's the problem why
so
the
when
marriage is
you ventilator now, be but then so what press me for plaster and interview cross and be you. And see which one would the wise doctor do? I'm not saying say we are ignoring like the secondary things. So
We're just saying that this is where we are coming from.
I'm saying say it is important, but I'm saying say before we do the secondary thing, when I say be me rent, right? Your rent. If you are a team, your rent. I cut $200 and swing it. And so also one of my planet 2 weeks ago. So young call out and go the day. Maybe I it will cost $200. Maybe you know size can only be. And so open me giant no. Now you go the day. Name brand one's way the day.
No wise woman. No wise woman.
But
and
what
that's
you
what
said-
I think so.
but
Him
what
I
you
was
said,
trying to
there
jump
are-
in real quick.
there are very few wise
Yeah.
people, not just women and well, very few wise people on earth. You know that, right? Very few logical people on it. I'm not making this up. I'm not saying this.
I have a book recommendation.
On your man knows it.
No, I'm saying
There are
why.
very few
Who
logical
call
people on
worry and you
earth.
should have married a logical woman.
I love that.
Who called
I
one
love
man?
that.
You should
I
have
love
talked
this
about
argument.
it and married a logical woman.
you
No
know what
logical
logical is?
woman, right, will say we should go eat and ignore house rent. No, I don't.
right.
You on here? Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're not
No
wrong.
woman
That
will
that
say
is why
let's go. No
Yeah.
woman.
You are far from right.
No wise woman will say, let's go buy purse and ignore electric, but when we know that they're about to cut it off.
Okay,
I feel like maybe
let me put it
most
this
of
way,
you guys are speaking on women who do not know their own, they don't know what is important to them. Because I'm not going to choose shoe over my rent.
I asked a question. Okay,
That's
let's look
right.
at a house. Let's look at a house. You see, and I'm being honest by saying this. Women are very insensitive when it comes to the man's responsibility. Let's look at a house. I have seen so many relationships broken because of the type of house they're going to buy.
Or him will say they did not communicate.
You didn't
Oh,
communicate.
they know,
No,
they know.
most of the
What
time
kind
y'all
of
don't communicate.
If we didn't communicate, why would I take you to go?
But then I showed you the house I wanted.
So what happens?
exactly.
What happens is they see.
expensive.
I like
So
it.
what happens is they see what other people are having, and they want that. Their friend just bought a house in Dublin. They can actually afford a house in Canal. No, they don't want a Canal. I have to go to Dublin too. And then when you tell them, say, no, the money that I have, I can only pay 2,500 mortgage. I can't do more than that. She will tell you, oh, may I do my support? It's not about so may I do my support. It's about, say, in my mind, that there should be a constant money. That I know I can get that. I don't know if you can do that. Because it's me and you.
Honestly, because what's with my yard?
Otiasie. So then we start going back and forth. Then we get, because you denied that $400,000 house, guess what happens? You go fury, I pay this house, I don't like the kitchen. You go fury, I don't like the bathroom. You go fury, and the bedroom, they will find any reason to demoralize you, to just say, you know what, just go choose the house you want. We are ready, call me. I have seen a lot of people fighting in front of realtors.
Yeah.
A lot of people. You think a man will grab the wife from the house
just so he can fight with
so they can just go fight? Yeah, but let's look at the house. Almost idea who feel who I manage to.
Yeah.
Almost idea who feel who
island top.
And then the man is obedient also a marble. Nikulone say, forget about the marble for that. Let's secure the house. We can buy the marble and we get a Mexican. No, the marble house.
Right.
The only reason why she was insisting is because they will now not pay in the beginning. The guy was like, now we are not gonna do that. And she also have to show set up. So this whole thing now is going on. Okay, the man is like, I'm gonna get a house. Let's get a house. Now they get a house. I say, you know what? Give me 40% of it. I'm gonna put 2,000 down. Give me 1,006, so we can. Oh nah. Yeah, I don't know. I said, and then now all of a sudden the conversation changes. Well, what I'm saying is, go ahead.
So you see how you said women are insensitive, and you brought the example of the house. Men are also very insensitive to the needs of women.
Right.
Now, let's take it from here. I don't think we just wake up one day and as a couple, we decide, oh, we are going to buy a house. There is no conversation about budget. There is no conversation about how much we make and how much we can afford the house for. There is no conversation of any of that sort. And we just get up one day and say, we're buying a house. Let's look for a realtor. In this case, both the man and the women, both, excuse my language, are foolish. If you decide to buy a house, you do your due diligence. Okay, how much can we afford? This is how much we make a month.
We do that all the time.
When we are
get there, you want to change
the rules. No. How do we change the How do we change the rules? If our budget is 400,000.
You see the
if our budget is 400, if our budget is
the more they sell, the more they make more money. Right?
If our budget is $400, right?
They want to sell the bigger house. You are my wife, or you are my wife. You and I have talked. We are gonna buy a $300,000. The moment the realtor try to show you something different, all of a sudden your mind change. You are not with your husband anymore. Now you are with the realtor. What a realtor name? That's the man's thinking. Any realtor don't call.
And that is why I'm saying there are exceptions. That is why I'm saying there are exceptions to human beings and the way we reason. There are some women that will do that, but I can confidently tell you that the majority of women who are ready to make life or to live life with their partners, especially when there are kids, women. Oh no! Don't just generalize. Don't base your attention on just one example, one or two examples that you know.
If it is not a few of them that really want to make life, why do they jump into a relationship and they walk out of it?
Don't men do that too?
But what's the percentage? Let's pull out the stuff. Go to American sociology right now and pull out the stats.
Then if we are dealing with percentage, then
you're the one running to get into it. You're the one running to get out of it.
We run into it based on
if we are dealing
paints for us. We run into it because you guys paint A, but when we get into it, we realize it's
turn it to Picasso. I keep painting.
I'm being honest. We run into it because you guys say A, but when we get into it, then we realize the hell that we have to go through. Then it's better for us to rather leave than die. I'm so sorry.
I agree with
you. You know I agree. We have officially fired you from the empowerment president.
I agree with you. On human adjustment, I agree with you. On human custom, you said so. Also about one person about Bob in the best, right? Say be about to do enough if you really not check before for now opposite and no one's budget and so right. But doesn't mean said that about no bias and does it mean that only good intentions enough? It means that I mean she's still like the woman that you married, right?
Right.
It doesn't change that, right?
Okay.
What has changed
Okay.
is what she want or what she need, right? Which is probably beyond your budget or like way above your budget, right? And so in that case, as a good man, but like what do you do? Like do you still try to communicate with somebody that's not trying to understand? And I said, do you just like pause on buying the house? And I said, do you just get a divorce? Like I'm genuinely asking this.
You. Yes. Let me also genuinely answer this question. Like I said, I'll take it out from there and then I'll answer your question. I'm taking it from where I stopped or where Kumasi cut me. Every sensible woman, I always put my choice of words in quotes. Every woman that really wants to make life with you will understand you and understand your budget that you guys have already been discussed or it's been discussed already at home before you came out, right? When this woman comes out, and then remember I said that there are exceptions of these people. Some women are insensitive, but that doesn't mean every woman is like that. So if this woman comes out, sees something fresh, she says, oh, I want this one, this is beautiful, that probably gives you reasons why she thinks you should go for this house that is above your budget. And then you also explain to her that we can't afford this one, Then this woman, I tell you, like you said, she be unreasonable. She is being unreasonable. You need to sit her down. If she doesn't want to, understand you or whatever, let her go buy the house. And don't buy the house. Wait until you guys, she can go buy the house by herself. Sometimes, as human beings, we see something and we become so hyper that we forget to think. We forget to reason.
That would be an instance. The man that cannot tolerate the wife.
Oh, please. This is not about insensitive.
We've heard it several times when women use these things against men. And the ambush is what I dislike. When we discuss something,
which you talk to the wife about, you talk to her about, you let her know. No, it is just like a woman. You speak to in public, telling her
is premeditated. They know the ambush. They ambush you to force you. Let me give a typical scenario.
No, Kumasi, no.
We don't.
I want to go to groceries with you. I want us to spend some time. Go to groceries with me. Say, babe, I have 2 hours to work. If we can do this within 1 hour, okay. We go to the groceries. Her main focus is the things that she will not buy. Main focus. Things that she will not buy. And I'm standing there and say, babe, I'll go to work. Let's focus on the things that we need, and let's get out of here. Oh, far we know that all. Or no kwejuma on yes, but when it's about you, it's like the old years so die now on the man. Before we know that all. The man in the car all pissed off. He's not gonna say anything. But from today, I'm never stepping out of groceries with you. And that's how men stay coming. If you don't do a work, on you say mommy, and on you say mommy. But the moment I try to tell you my situation, you downplayed my situation. How do we work with that? That is what I mean. You are insensitive to us sometimes. Because this is the time that your husband go to work.
Kumasi, I like the way you said sometimes, because from the way you are talking, you are personalizing this thing too much. Like you are just limiting it to a few instances, probably ones that you've witnessed or you've heard or experience. It's just a few.
It's a few.
Listen.
Hold on. Let me say his favorite word for you. The
exception.
How many times have men not complain about that?
The exception.
Kumasi, they are going to fire him and will still say, hey, no, let's go grocery shopping. What kind of woman would do that?
Thank you.
Woman would do that.
I don't want to be beaten anymore.
You are to this point.
I was being
They
beaten.
just don't care. They just don't. How many times women even know
It's
that
not
when
all
they are
of
late, they're
us.
going to get in trouble?
bro.
You just don't care when it comes to these situations. And these things matters to men, and we keep complaining, and y'all don't care. It's because of that, I am so numb to her that even when I'm saying it, if we say something personal, it's not. Bring every man here right now and see how every man is going to complain about the same thing. It's not.
Okay, let me also ask you. Let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
No, let me ask a question. Have you heard of a home where a woman is going to work and it's asking the man to take the child to daycare, and the man is saying, "Oh, you need to take the child to the daycare," knowing very well the woman is going to be late to work, but the man is sitting home, probably doing something. Thank you. So there are exceptions. Somebody will be like, which man would do that, knowing very well but it happens. That is what I'm saying. There are exceptions to every rule,
that I'm saying,
to every home. That doesn't mean I can
happen to almost every man.
And this is a general truth, the general rule. It happens to every woman. All the men, yes.
Every man.
Yes, the woman will be late. Listen, a friend of mine, right? She sings in church or something like that. She had to go out to church something. She before she I think on her way home she spoke to the man. What do you want to eat for dinner? Because I have to go to church and do this thing. The man said it. She got the food ready for him.
For the man.
Just as she was about to for the man. Just as, and then, left it there. When you come home, you can warm it and stuff. Just as she was about to walk out of the house, she met this man. He's like, but where are you going? She said, oh, remember I told you I have to be at this place at this time. He's like, did you make food? She said, yeah, you said you wanted to eat this. Oh, okay. Today I was on the phone and I was on Instagram. I saw Bodiam Pesi and Kontomre and I feel like I want to eat it. Can you please make it for me real quick? Come on. And this is the same man that will go out there and say my wife doesn't cook for me. Mm-hmm. You know very well she has to be at this place at this time. Mm-hmm. And this is the same man that will go out there and be like, hey, these women are worshiping pastors, worshiping church. They don't cook for their husbands.
Of course.
Remember, there is Banku. There is Banku sitting at home because that's what you requested for. And I let you know my schedule.
You see what you just said? You see what you just said? You just brought the exceptions and outlier situation in this conversation. Most men don't behave that way. Most men.
Oh no, most women don't behave that. What you're saying?
Of men.
I tell you, 80% of men behave like that.
Want the wife to go to the church. Yeah. That will try to bring something 80%. Like that to stop.
That's true.
Kumase, forget about the church. Let's bring it down to the kids. Okay. 80 to 95% of men will do what the kids think. No? Say, oh, take the child, oh, drop him. It's on your way. Drop him there.
I guess I'm part of the 15% because I took my kids to daycare all the time.
But
oh, great! Praise the Lord.
What you are saying that when the woman 15%, when the woman is going to work, right, and the route that the woman is going, that's where the daycare is. And the woman says, "Oh, drop them."
It's not the route, but it's not the route. But this man will make it look like it's the route. Now so with the offer her, it's right here. Yeah. You are home, not doing anything. See, even if it's on the way, that 5 minutes dash you will. It does. It does. You see how you are feeling.
When I was, hey man, don't worry. I'll use this as a family example, and I think that my mom wouldn't mind. Because the first day of high school, my mom almost lost her job. Now that day, I'm stepfather Wofi. This one day, I know she wouldn't mind. No, Wofi. And it happened to even my mom's friend. One of her friends also lost her job because of that. And it happens all the time. Instead of Papan Besi in Colano, he will even let the woman go and drop the kids instead of him. Or maybe I may pen them. And I watched my mom go through it for a long time. So, Kumasi, this is a common thing that happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a Columbus thing because there's a
most
place.
men will be like, oh, we'll form, we'll call now, yeah.
There is a place, right? There's a place in Chicago. It's called Christopher House. It's a daycare, right? If you go there in the morning between the hours of 7 o'clock to 9, right? That's the time that they open, like for drop-ins, right? just stand there, like take a video. You see how many men are dropping off their kids. I'm telling you, that's why I'll kind of say I think that then that's a Columbus thing.
My mom just texts me only if he knows.
I'll say,
Kumasi, this is a thing that women go through.
Your relationship are people go into relationship knowing they are going to be treated bad and they still get in the relationship. Those are some of the relationships that these things happen.
I don't think so. A lot of women here,
it's
all
not
I
true.
can speak on, a lot of
It's
women
not
I
true.
can tell you have experienced the fact that they have to handle when it comes to running errands for the kids, dropping the kids at school, when the men are sometimes even off and doing nothing. This I can speak on.
Because
Can I
most of the
say
time when the men do stuff, it's oh, you get this one wrong.
Dropping your kid at school is not wrong.
Let me talk about this.
Can I say something?
Okay,
I think
go
say
ahead.
like Asama more kind of right. Asama kind of right. Right? It's the generation of your mother, your father, like maybe because honestly, like the guys that I know, including Kumasi, like the guys that I know that you know, right? Come on, like
It's not him. I can 15%. Did you?
no,
So-
not even. I'm talking about like generation differences. Like you can say whatever you want about us, right? But I've seen Kumasi.
Not
I've seen
about
my
our
friend-
kids.
Yeah.
It's about our
because
kids.
because
I've
this
seen-
generation is different
I
compared
went-
to back then.
I went to Walmart, right? During South School Supply Week in August when
Because we women now we know our rights. No, women
it's
now
not
we
even
know
about
our
right.
stand. No, we know our stand. We know we're not the
I'll use
only people
myself
that had the
okay,
babies.
I'll
Thank you.
use
We
myself-
know what's up now.
I'll use myself as an example. Every morning, right, when my son is going to school, I go outside and sit in the car with him, right, and then wait for the bus, right. When I'm not home, my wife will look out the window and watch him go.
Yeah, come and be going. We can't come and kill
it's
us.
all-
You see, it's not even about that.
It's
Che, sometimes, you know, and I big Mike, I say, most of it go post no. Main personal between me and my wife. And I'm one movie, and I'm one movie. Okay, go for a vacuum. Trying to vacuum the house. I'm trying to set up the house. Obey be I don't want to make a no some.
that's one you need.
Because we have a
did be a baby,
because we have a process. Follow direction.
It's not good enough.
So why should I do something that will be done?
No, ask me, oh honey, how do you want it done? Because she's the one that normally does it. And let me give you the steps and the guide.
You see,
Right? Or am I wrong?
You see,
Like, come on, vacuuming too.
you see,
You are very, very right.
I'm right. Because I'm the
Very
one that's
right.
always doing the housework.
Oh, the insensitive.
No, I'm the one that's always doing the housework. I do the vacuum. You don't know if maybe I want the line straight. You
about
do
what
it
do you
crooked.
want? It's
No,
reality.
What you wanna do?
no, because sometimes our way brings the right results.
It makes
It's about what?
It makes men useless. That's whatever a man's way.
Because
does
you
not-
guys,
does
no,
not
that's
bring
what we're
any-
saying. No, if I
That's
say,
what we just
hold
said.
on, you ever say cleaning?
other words-
No, let me
Nothing.
show you cleaning, right? A man might probably
Everybody who
use.
needs-
No, let me
everybody who
show you
needs so much
something.
sense.
Let me show you something. When it comes to cleaning, right? Maybe women use A, B, C to clean. Maybe it gives a better result. You
By
probably
your
go.
own standards,
Hold
though.
on. You probably
No,
go
by your own
for
standards,
bleach,
though.
baking soda, which will probably leave a bigger stain. So we're just trying to show you guys the guidelines because maybe we do it often.
If you know it better,
When you guys go to
Okay.
a job, who does the training? The person who has been there longer, right? Or the person who has done it longer is the same way because they know
when
the
you go to a
steps.
job and your boss tell you, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to do, you don't ask any question, you do it. When you come home, do you do that
It's
with
the
your
same
heart?
thing. We do the same.
You do that
We
with-
do it. Y'all just married the wrong women, right, sis? Please on him. I don't leave.
Okay,
me.
so yeah,
You see,
yeah.
this-
No, I'm right here.
When
Kumasi, can I come in here with the cleaning?
In their
Kumasi,
mind,
Kumasi.
we are competing. In their mind,
Kumasi,
in their minds,
Kumasi.
we are competing. Oh.
Kumasi.
That's what-
Bro, you-
Go ahead, sis.
Kumasi.
Go ahead, sis.
Kumasi, look, you see this example you gave, I was laughing all through because you know what? To add to what Jasmine just said about she knowing the right way to go and stuff like that, and so she wants you to follow that rules. Sometimes it is not even all about she wanting you to do something in the house, right? She just needs company.
That's where the
She
manipulation
just
comes.
needs. Oh, this is not manipulation.
They hold on the
See?
company thing.
Hold on, hold on,
Do
hold on,
things.
hold on, hold on. It's not manipulation. Sometimes she just needs that company. She just wants to have that conversation with you. She just wants to be close to you. She just wants to work with you. That is why what you are doing, she's left everything she's doing
why don't you just
to
say,
get
hey,
close.
if you want to be close to me, why don't you just say, hey, babe, I want you to, hang around with me today so we can do this, da. Instead of you are blaming the man for not doing anything, you are putting that pressure on the man that he doesn't help you. And the man feel like, nah, I'm useless. My wife, I've been a burden on my wife. Now he want to do something. You say, oh, don't do it this way.
And so,
I want to. And then all of a sudden I'm talking about,
and so because
do anything that you want me to do. And then you are saying, oh, nah, it's that I just want you to hang around with me. Which one is which, man? Come on, man. We have only one.
No.
Tell me which one you need
No.
so I can help you.
No. See, there are ways of communication, right? I don't know, like, your wife, I don't know what you guys do, because you probably have she's probably spoken to you about hanging out, and you as the busy person that you are always out there, I want to go and look for money. Maybe you didn't listen to her on that part. Listen, there are women that want men to join them in the kitchen, not because they can't cook alone, but they will complain, and I need help in the kitchen, because they find joy in washing the dishes and you rinsing it. When you tell a man, okay, I want to have a conversation with you, so come and I'm about to wash the dishes, you come and rinse. How many of you guys will leave your TV and come and join the woman just to have a conversation? Let her get mad. So, and then you'll be like, oh, I don't want my wife to get mad, so let me come to the kitchen. So if we have to, okay, let's take it as manipulation. If we have to manipulate you guys okay, if we have to go that route to get you guys to get you guys to be closer, then we will do it. That's what I'm saying. So she's stopping whatever she's doing just to come to where you are vacuuming and be like, oh, put this one here. Or that is one side of it. Another side of it is when you started the vacuuming, maybe because she is the homemaker, she's put certain things in certain places. If she doesn't take care, you end up vacuuming all the vital things or the little things that she's keeping somewhere away. So she needs to stop and come closer. Yes, there are little. Maybe her earring even fell. Who knows? So then, things happen. What are you saying?
The man will be vacuuming, and there's a woman. My wife's earring is down there. And I'll vacuum.
You guys don't see it. We see
you yourself. You said already the pressure. The earring is just by the way. But the pressure that the wife has given to you isn't going to vacuum. Vacuum. You are doing it. Oh, just let me go and do it. So your eyes are not even open to see the little or even the big things on the floor somewhere. So if she comes around and be like, okay, no, this one we have to move it here, and let me move this one here. Take it as a help. One, she's helping. Two, she wants that company, anything. Enjoy the moment. It's not all the time that you want us to,
I believe until women and men see that there's no competition between us, we wouldn't have a problem. I'm telling you, all these things they keep requesting is based on competition. They're trying to prove, oh, I want my husband to be with me in the kitchen. I want my husband to be with me in the kitchen. I want my husband to be with the kitchen. It's just to prove that men can cook. That's all it is.
And then when he comes, husband goes.
It's
not all the time.
They just want to prove that
like that.
men can cook. So when they have a conversation with them, oh, man, me kunu. On
when he comes,
I told you a situation in the church that there was this woman, right? She said a big bag of head in May. There's this woman, ne year wo ye no, on percent ne year be sorry ahomache because him say ne year sleep head. Enti what is any be so akofano no yi ne to no I say. Oh yes, I dey na sa omoti asori dem. Yakra no Sunday school ne na ba say akra no ho afọ ene ade de ne bre na yira o ka che se mfa nkoma ne papa te animu ho ye mfa nkoma no o ono ana yi ntimo fa nkoma.
No,
you see how you think it is rude?
But that's not rude though.
Most men when they do things
that's what he does.
I know, but he does it at home.
Doesn't matter. That's what he's trying to prevent.
Most men.
Charity begins where?
So you're going to stand on somebody's action and treat your wife badly?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what I'm saying. We are trying to understand ourselves.
Yeah.
In as much as I'm trying to push what I think is going on against men, You are also. I'm listening. Everything that she has said, I've listened. Everything you've said, I've listened. Go out there, do the survey, ask men why there are certain things that they do not want to do.
Wow.
And listen to what they will say.
But I'm saying, sir,
the moment the men say they will start doing it, the
women
women make it our job.
That's a problem.
It happens all the time.
Sir, was she wrong to tell the kids
She was
to
wrong.
huh?
She was wrong.
But was it her fault?
It wasn't her. It's her fault. She's wrong.
I would say it's not her
Because
fault.
my man is because that's my child too.
You know why?
Why?
Charity begins at home.
I understand that, but that's still your
She
child
forgot.
as well.
It was not intentional. If you
So then
ask
we
me.
are also telling men then they don't do it at all at home because
that's
then
not what I'm saying.
Abonteen, then it won't affect you.
That's not what I'm saying. But to me, right, in that instance, right, on that day,
different.
On that day, I would say it was not intentional. She forgot her presence. Like she forgot like where she was. Yeah. But that's what
Kumasi, this example that you cited, right? I also have a friend that also a guy that also went through the same thing. When the wife was pregnant and couldn't do clean the bathroom and stuff, he started cleaning the bathroom. And then the baby came and he was helping with that. And then now it's like the woman sees it as the guy's job, wanting the guy to do it all the time. So this is my take on the child thing. I'm not saying some women, we are not here to defend women, right?
Of course.
Neither I believe you guys are here to defend men. We are all discussing on at least things that we can learn, that way we can coexist.
Right.
So I believe that the child thing, there are some men that even find joy in letting people know that I am the one that has been changing my child's diaper.
Big Mike.
There's some men that won't give. Yeah, there's some men that won't even give their children to their wives, even in public, to go do anything. They would want to do it. Great men, if you ask me. What the problem I have with this scenario or this thing is, the problem I have with it is the fact that the man was sitting in front of the church and the lady, whether intentional or not intentional, decided to do that. I believe as if her mind there, she could have at least taken the child instead of directing whoever it is to go give the child, to the man. Unless she was doing something that, for example, if she is the one that is preaching or that is,
she was just
then her mind no day. I know some women abuse. Some women do abuse power. Like when a man is trying to help out, some women. So this thing that happened, you don't generalize it and say women are like that. That's why I keep saying in every situation.
Like what I'm saying is some of the things that inform men's decision about certain things
is to prevent stuff.
Stuff like this. Fair? This thing.
Why would it prevent stuff like that?
And I'm coming.
Why?
I'm coming. You be no to say the bay is sunu suba behwa. And you me na behwa be catch me say I would definitely try to attend to the kid to see what's going on. Say me be sunu suba me ho. Na say akra no. Me yere catch me say na me try say bia me hwa akra no. Me really want every right to say ana akra no is suna. Oh yes sir. But say akra ni sunu suba me ho na me directed say come me yere ho. I'm trying to tell me yere say that is your job. Yeah. That is what I've just said. Say that is your job. The member be bring empese ABC ne say obe directive say this is my job. It therefore me nye kra na be me job. It say ema eboa mema me in my certain house raised. Ema eboa mema me etua bills. Say me eboa mema me etua bills be me that's what I mean sure. Because I know she's not supposed to do that. She's taking extra burden based on how I was raised. What I have seen is what I have seen is when it comes to if you new mana, A man can easily say, oh, trash it there, even in America here. And the men will gladly take it and go put it away.
Yeah.
Snow no a toa and you will be about catch it. Beman say, Uncle Kucha, snow no. Me who got any baby out any kunutia would about deep just
long cry and more cry.
Long I move me who got any and so me who I brought free by yes. But the last week who lady be part of the recipe, I'm a fresh, so I was babe, bra. The hair woman, you heard the pijama lady, I said, about it.
If you are Nikuno Yare.
Or the child you heard if a pa. Not for fair. See, I have my moral support.
Yeah.
Say, canon, quality, I got trouble. I never took it personal. I told you, Papa, you didn't say, baby, Mr. Yeah, if you did that kitchen, let me hear the I can't do that. She takes it personal. Oh,
we are built different.
Also, the issue that
you are fire.
Our wives, our women, let me say,
different.
We got to understand, say, in as much as we are all trying to fix a problem, a true beer or bar. We ukunu kata so ukata na ni wu so e wo ne maybe mo on the picture the see wa sorry there ebo hodo any men bia will sit down and ma me fa me wofa Kofi Boateng any example chemo me wofa Kofi Boateng kutan doctorate or ye adwuma the whole Accenture of the US me wofa na general manager on the higher obi I was Accenture
nice
na yirim ko school da okoware le yire the whole family obi aso nte ase. And I say, may an opportunity when you am to quine on so into me uncle school when you be a man. Wait, nice woman. Guess what? Of a Kofi Boateng sheni yiri ya we. So I don't know fret. Ghana no catch us control on the control.
Oh yeah,
on the control.
Yeah, I shared it.
Nema mi wu ya omukwe yi. E Ghana. No omukwe yi na ni nua boy. The yiri ni nua boy. Ese ebusia family feud.
Yeah.
Na yiri ni nua boy yi twa so. Asema e free boy na say okay asema te say okunu na wa ni jimi na na. How did Bema in Atlanta ni be then uhunu unu ya on Atlanta then uhunu say this is what is happening. The man feels that I'm a beautiful wife. I'm mother of my kids. I'm gonna make sure say everything be able to yama no to a bad interpretation, you know. A friend ebusia for Bema ni jimi. A man is not supposed to do that. So at the young guy now me who be say me the bebusa question at the young guy now me who be say how do you advise me or how do you even advise women so this situation do not keep repeating because you got to understand that the man's status is everything that he has. Let's not forget that. It's based on that. How do we or him and me how do we make sure say these things do not happen? Say we are intimoralizing young guys from trying to give their wives some privileges.
Okay, that's any question. I think, sir, your question, no, you've answered part of it by saying all a man has is his status, right? Mm-hmm. How many women know this? And that is the problem we have. Part of the problem we have. A lot of women don't know that all that men require is probably respect. Men obi oha or ben maybe o here say obebu no keke. That's all, and they will give you the world. How many women know this? We do not know that, and we don't have grown-ups at home to teach us this. Maybe I have an issue with church counseling and all that stuff. They don't point these things out to us before we go into marriage, and because we are also not ready to read. We are also not ready to research into the kind of species we are even going to marry. That is the problem we have. See? And then to know if there is a young man out there that is this, I don't believe this should be a reason for you not to, be nice to your partner or take care of your partner or because if it's happening to her or the man, it doesn't mean it will happen to you. Because, like I keep saying, whatever works for somebody might not work for somebody. Whatever destroys. Yes, because there is no home that is the same. There is no home that is the same. See, there are homes Last time I gave you an example of a family member. See, his wife covers his like every hole that is in his pants that you never like you that is even outside. You don't even have any cause to disrespect the husband. Because and let me just I'm sorry, I don't want to mention the person's name.
Mm-hmm.
The wife, that person kind of like, his job, here and there. But when the man was the man he was, right? He took care of home and everything. When things started dwindling for him, you should see how this woman stood in and still made this man so gracious in front of them.
Yeah, a lot of women.
Thank you.
That.
And so, and yes, and that is what I'm saying. There are women that will cover the butt of their husbands. There are other women that will also even make it open their butt to the whole world. So there are exceptions. That's what I'm saying. And some of these people, I don't know if it's wickedness or they just don't know. And so if you're asking me about some young men sitting out there and seeing this, what is the motivation? And then I can tell that young man that there are other men that has been married to women that has helped them. So it's like a coin. There is this side and there is another side. You just have to be careful with your choice.
But when people keep saying, they don't know. Like you even said that. You said they don't know. They don't know. Whose job is that? Is that the job of the husband?
No, Kumase, it's
everybody.
Not the job of the husband, or I think I want to also second what Ohima was saying. A lot of times, especially with the churches, right, and so many things, or even our parents, the number one focus when a woman is going into marriage is cooking, cleaning, the sexual part, and even these days, you have to look good because you always have to put yourself together so that at least you're desirable for him. That is a lot of times the focus when they're teaching marriage. I think I said this on here that a lot of things that I'm even learning about men, I learned it when I started working with Kumase. And whenever Kumase is like on the show, the things that he says, then I go home and I'm like, okay, this, and that. You get what I'm saying? Because these are things that pastors are not talking about anymore. Our parents are not even talking about it. Pastors are more focused on, you have to support him. If he has a dream, push him. But there are low things. Like, so when women go into relationship and the man is doing things that it's not normal for what we have been taught, it's like, okay, then I've been able to toy him, like in your uncle's case, because that's not probably what she was taught. So now your uncle doing that is like, oh, now I can control him. But then they're supposed to teach us that, okay, when a man is doing these things for you, it's not because you can control him, it's because he's doing it out of the, he loves you, that's why he's doing it. So then what you can do as a woman to support, you do it. But these are not conversations that are had.
When somebody's abusing somebody, they don't know?
There are women in relationships that are being abused. Men or women? Women and men. I can speak on the women's perspective. There are women in relationship that are being abused, but they are in there because they saw their mother accepting it, so they feel like it is okay for me to accept.
But what I'm saying is, do they know if it is wrong or not?
Some people don't. I'm being honest.
His uncle has a legit reason after hearing that from his brother-in-law to get a divorce.
I feel that one day he has a reason. He has a reason.
He left from the village.
That one he has a reason.
That day he left from the village, drove to the Kumasi airport, left his car there, booked a flight from Kumasi airport straight to Accra, changed his flights straight to Atlanta. By the time the wife came, there was a divorce letter.
That's there. So that one he has a reason. I'm not saying he doesn't. But look, even me, I've shared this on here several times. There were things that I realized that I started doing in my adult years that I realized, no, this is wrong. And I remember I had a conversation with my mother. And my mom was like, this is what I knew. So this is what I did, but it wasn't right. I think I shared on here recently. I had almost 2-hour conversation with my mom. And she was like, this is what I knew. A lot of our parents are giving us what they know. I'm not saying it's right.
That is very true.
They're only giving us what they know. So now, especially with the era that we're in, me personally sitting here, a lot of the videos I watch when it comes to marriage, I listen to a lot of women who have been divorced. And men who have been, especially men and women who have been divorced for like years. Not like they divorced, because that one doesn't mean, but years, because then you get to learn perspectives. Some people, like Kumasi asked me, abuse. Some people are in relationship being beaten. They're in the ER every other day, but they're there because they feel like this is right, because this is what I saw my man do.
Men are beating more than women.
Of course, but you even be sure that some men that are talking to their fathers, then the father will be like, "Oh, Nasa me cry me call me to the and they're in that relationship." But does it make it right? No, it's what we know, and I feel like we need to. All I'm saying is, I feel like society needs to start our past, especially the pastor, because the pastors have a huge what is it called, control over a lot of people.
That's not.
They have
job,
power.
though.
It's not their job, but they need to start because when you pay attention to a lot of weddings and marriages.
I'm against it.
Okay, even parents. When a girl is on him and Pacho, you were a woman. When a woman is going into marriage, even today, I was having that conversation with my mom. The focus is, you have to make sure you cook, clean, this. But we don't focus on other aspects of it. So I feel like that's what we are.
My question is, if what you know is wrong, if what you've been taught is wrong, right? Who do we blame? Do you blame the guy that you were? Is the guy that you were supposed to have time so you get to know what you didn't know, or to correct what you didn't know?
Some women don't even know what they know is wrong.
That's what I'm saying, right? If you're going to coexist, like, if what you know is wrong, if what I know is wrong, right? And
We are just wrong human beings.
That's what I'm saying.
No, when a woman loves you, or him, and maybe you are also a woman, so maybe you hear me. When a woman loves
It's
you,
not maybe she's also a woman. She's a woman.
no, sorry, no, I meant like she's a woman, so she will understand what I'm going. When a woman loves you, right? I was talking to a guy. Let me even tell you what inspired me cooking so much. I was talking to a guy, and he also didn't eat outside food. Right? He would go out, he would eat, but he preferred home cooked meal. And because I liked the person, guess what I started doing? I started cooking more often. If I'm with a guy and I'm doing something wrong, most women, like I always say, there are women, like Ohima just said, there are women and there are women. If a woman loves you, if a woman truly wants this to work, and if she's doing something and maybe you keep complaining about, some women will even change and push everything that they desire aside just for you. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know about other way. I can speak for myself.
I agree. But
You know, so maybe what she's doing is wrong. That's what she grew up with. So if you, the guy, you come in, a man, most men forget, man is a teacher. You're the head of the home. Be the head of the home and teach your, and lead your wife properly. I'm sorry. If the man is the head of the home, you are the leader of the home.
You can only teach people that want to
Be teachable.
taught.
That's what I'm saying. Pick right. Like you guys said, we should
You can
pick
only-
right.
that's
Y'all
what-
pick right.
Oh,
I
I
feel
hear
like
that.
a man is a
In that
leader.
situation, the men are not leaving. It's the
Yeah.
women that are leaving.
But all I'm saying
a lot
is,
of contradictions.
You can't.
no, all I'm saying is
can't
a
be
man
de
is a
facto.
leader.
No, I
So
wasn't
lead
even
your
choosing
woman
side, though.
properly.
No, like,
lead
I
your
wasn't even
woman.
choosing
Y'all
side,
should
though.
choose
No,
right,
like
women.
I
They will not
wasn't
be.
choosing.
Hold on, please. Let me say what Kumasi and you say. Choose right.
I wasn't even like choosing side. Like
You
the
know
man
what
or
it
the
is?
Oh,
woman.
please help me, dear.
When they leave, then they become side chick to married men. What about that problem too?
That one we have to have a whole show about.
All
that.
I'm saying is, you know, whether man or woman, if what you know to be right is wrong, whether man or woman, right?
Be a leader. Show your partner what she can do right. What he can do properly.
Sometimes both people don't know.
Marry right.
Sometimes both people that do not know that what they know is right is wrong. Right. Besides, who set the standards to like what is wrong and what is right?
They be our is right.
That's what I'm saying.
So you have a conversation about it. It's not
Me, I
right.
can take it.
Be bold.
So-
Be bold.
Me, I can take it. I can define it as
I'm
love.
about to call wifey.
I can define it as love because this ABA of 5 years old be bobi tribo kumili. But I don't know how hard.
Hey, Kumasi. Kumasi. Let me just say something before we come to the love beating part. Like, I wanted to add to what Jasmine was saying. She was making very, very, very great points. Thank you, Jasmine, for that. You see, I feel like, you know how, fortunately for you, you've discovered yourself. It's like you are, I don't know if it's a rediscovery or it's a discovery, but whichever way, you are beginning to understand yourself. You are beginning to understand your emotions. You are beginning to understand what you want and what you don't want. You are beginning to understand life from different perspectives, right?
Right.
I believe this is what I believe. I believe that when we talk of maturity, you know, it takes mature minds to be married. This is me. And when we talk about maturity
That's a
to me is
that's a fact.
yeah. So I believe both men and women should be at this point, mentally, physically, spiritually. You have to grow to a certain point where you understand certain things about yourself, about relationship, about coexisting about the other person or the other, sex before you even go into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that doesn't happen, there's going to be a lot of issues at home.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I think. Yeah, so that was just to add to what you're saying. Now you, Kumase, I need to talk to your wife. Now that I know your love language is beating, she has to beat you.
Beat me. I love it.
I don't think you do. You love it because your wife is not strong enough to,
I love it because she's
beat you
beating me.
mercilessly.
It's love. It's love.
That's
Is that love?
That's
I
love.
cannot.
Could this be love?
Can this be love?
Oh,
Can this be love part
this
one and
one,
two? But thank you.
this
So
one
let
is
me
not
read
love.
Yaya Boy's comment. He said, women want men to spend time with them a bit if they meet want to spend time with them. But if they meet a guy who is always at home spending time with them too, it becomes a problem. It does. It does. Get a job.
Sis, when are you coming to the studio? Because I don't like this video call thing. I want you to be present. She
I'll
laughed.
be there on Tuesday. The next time.
But can you, Oyema, please give your last words before we send you off.
Yes, thank you so much, you guys, for having me once again. Even though it was a different medium, thank you, and thank you so much for allowing me bring my thoughts
Yeah,
and my opinions and what I think we can do to coexist. I will end by saying that coexistence is very, very possible. We just
Yes.
need to do the due diligence, and that begins from the very first day. You as a person, you need to work on yourself, and then when you meet somebody, you need to work on each other. Like know what you want and everything. You have conversation and other stuff before you take it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister.
Kumase, thank you so much, Ohima, for joining me. I appreciate you. I love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you for not letting these men
All right,
beat me,
bye,
'cause
guys.
I was losing.
All right.
I was losing the war. Okay, I was losing the war. But thank you so much. You're coming back on Tuesday. Kumase, what is your last words after we have won the war?
I just believe that if women, it's easy to live with men. It's very complicated to live with women, and I think women even say that we are too complicated.
You guys are coming.
Our God that made us don't even understand us.
I think it's women.
Women say this all the time.
I think it's opposite.
Men won't let up. Men won't let up. If our women are going to understand that men, I wouldn't say all men, most men want their best interest at heart or have their best interest at heart, things will be easy. It is no coincidence that women get into relationship, get out of it. Then what was it? What was the problem? Is it that the man was so bad that now that you are now legally binded with them and now they will be okay to be with that same man? Is it that?
They say you don't know what you have till you lose it.
All what I'm saying is, it's not to put, you can't say, pressure on women, but the grass, they need greener. And they used to say that all the time. My neighbor, my grass, I say. So my neighbor, me who grass, I would say, that lady name nice power until the day that I walked through his lawn. I was like, God. And then I stood over there, I look at my grass, I was like, man, wasn't that bad?
That's life.
So I think that's what it is. Also, too, there's always a reason. And your coincidence say mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws are always fighting.
Diabolical people.
And your coincidence. It's maybe there be a case a ma at 20 year. We have to be better because remember penny it's just a few things. A man the pet and and then it can tell the way they even look, the way they dress, the way they make decisions, the way women like too many things. Men are just little things. And if our women are going to understand. Say, I do maybe a complaints now, it's not to control them. And I say, almost decided. I say, I think everything will be fine. Honestly, we can really coexist.
I was going to say something, but that will extend the whole show. So I'll just.
Yes, you can say it. It's your show.
Yeah, it's okay. Big Mike.
Yeah. At this point, I just think that whatever you're doing that works for you
Do it.
in marriage, keep doing it. Whatever you're doing that, like it's working for you as a single person, keep doing it. At the end, we all ought to be happy, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal. So whatever makes you happy, really, if you're in a marriage and you're not happy, leave. If you're in a marriage and you're happy, you stay. And then if you're a husband, help your wife. Help doing the cooking and cleaning. Probably like change the diapers and all of that. Like it makes you a great man. So I don't hear my kind.
Sarcasm.
It makes you a
It's
great
not
man.
sarcasm. The man is trying to advise young men like
I
Chevy.
change diapers. I've changed diapers in my life before. I mean,
I know. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm proud
So
of you.
I'm saying, like,
Please have you changed that?
when she said that, when she said that,
it
it makes him a great man. I was like, oh, she's saying I'm a great man because
does.
I change diapers.
It's
too.
beautiful.
Now that she said it, I'm gonna like have my wife have one more kid, and
Yes!
I'll probably come to Pentecost and change a diaper. Who knows?
Sit in front of the
Wait,
church.
did I just get excited for nothing? Because I know it's not going
You
to
sit,
happen.
sit in front of the church and change the diapers.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, at the end, I think what men are looking for is to be happy and stay in the same marriage, stay in the same relationship, right? And all what women are looking for is to be happy too. I think we can both stop, moving the goalpost further, and we don't need much. We all don't need much. Like you go to the store and get more clothes, and you already have clothes with tax in them, and you're like, we don't need much, right? So in that case, like let's just listen to each other. Actually, listen though, like not just brush it off. Listen to each other, and we'll be good.
And that's on that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Ohima for joining us to do the show. Thank you to Kumasi. Thank you to Big Mike. All I can say to that is I personally feel like I think you guys said something. Let's be honest with one another. And let's be honest with one another, because I think a lot of relationships, for me, all I can say as a single person, getting into, I feel like most people pretend in the beginning, and as time goes on, you get to see, so it's not like people want to run out of relationship. Let's be honest. If this is who you are, be honest about it and stand 10 toes on that. And I feel like let's learn to understand each other also. And, I think together we can build and we can all coexist happily. And on that note, thank you to Chevy for producing today's show. Always grateful. Thank you to yourself for watching and supporting. Don't forget to hit the comments button and leave your comment. And don't forget to share and like and push the show. 2024, we are supporting each other. And yes, Ghana Music Awards nomination event is coming up. Is it next weekend, right? The 20th.
Yeah.
Yes, the 20th is going to be amazing. You do not want to miss it. Head over to New Jersey, Mount Laurel. The information is on our page. And come and let's have a great time. Amrado, Hima Mercy, and so many more will be there. And myself and Kumase will be hosting the Celebrity Lounge. So you don't want to miss it. We'll catch you guys next weekend in New Jersey. Yes, on that note, please be safe and have a great night. We'll catch you tomorrow for The Drive with the gang. Bye for now.